All right. Yes. Okay. So, welcome to lesson one of the French 47 collective membership. Lesson one is about surrender. But before we get into this, I want to just do the overview of this phase that we're in. So, phase one, the hangover, is where we're going to be discussing the surrender, why you need to surrender, how to do it, right? And then working on your MPI as a way to shift. And then in lesson two, we're going to move over to absolving attachments, which is going to be talking about how you need to absolve those attachments to move forward, as well as noticing when you are obsessing with those, as well as a affirmation prayer. And then in lesson three, we will get into the limiting beliefs to reveal your blind spots and deconstruct your constructs, right? So we'll have exercises that goes with that as well. So, lesson one, the surrender. So, what is surrender exactly? Well, it is the act of releasing our attachment to specific outcomes and trusting in the universe to guide us. It is the act of releasing your grip on the need to control the outcome. I know I've been there. I'm sure you guys have too. It's probably why you're here. It also means, allowing yourself to be guided to what's for your highest good, even if it's not what you thought you wanted. It's the moment when you realize that all expectations, or when you release all expectations and allow the universe to work its real magic. It is the willingness to let go of the illusion of control and allow the universe to do her thing, baby. So, it when I think of surrendering, it for me it's like the ultimate act of faith in the universe and in yourself and in God. It is saying that, hey, I know you got me. I know what I said I wanted. So we gonna do this together, big G, right? The act of letting go our need to control outcomes and trusting in the guidance of the universe and our higher power. It says that you are open to trying new approaches and strategies, even if they are unfamiliar or uncomfortable. And truthfully, when you think about it, we only know what we've already seen. So everything going forward is going to feel a little unfamiliar and a little uncomfortable. It is a key aspect of the transformation as it allows us to let go of old patterns and beliefs and open up ourselves to new possibilities. Okay. I like to call it the willingness to try another way. Right. And again, working really hard to work towards an income, or I'm sorry, an accomplishment or a vision that doesn't happen can leave us heartbroken and disappointed that our life hasn't turned out the way that we envisioned it to. And it can be really tough to let go of our expectations and embrace the reality of our situation. And that's why I stand by the quote, as in the Course of Miracles, that says a willingness to try another way, because it means being open to new possibilities and perspectives. Now, trying another way is about recognizing the path that we thought we were meant to follow and that it may not be the right one for us, and being willing to explore other options. You got to let go. It's natural to feel sad and disappointed when our plans don't work out. Listen, been there, done that. Hello. It's natural to feel sad and, disappointed when our plans don't work out. I mean, it fucking sucks when the relationship ends, or the IVF didn't take, or the promotion didn't happen, or the house wasn't able to become ours, or something else super important to us. But it's important to remember that there are other paths to happiness and fulfillment. And by being open to try another way, you can now discover new opportunities and experiences that you may never thought of before. And it actually turns out way better than what you imagined initially. This willingness to try another way can help you to move away from fear and towards love. When we're stuck in fear and disappointment, we become closed off and disconnected from others. And by opening ourselves up to new experiences and perspectives, we can connect with others in a more meaningful way and find joy and happiness in unexpected places. So, I encourage you to be gentle with yourself and give yourself time to process your feelings, but be open to the possibility that there are other paths to happiness and fulfillment, and that be willing to try that other way, because you can find new opportunities and ways for growth in unexpected areas, right? So we need to find out, and the point of this lesson is to surrender the need to control the outcomes and deconstruct the underlying issue that triggers your urge to control, which is generally fear or anxiety, right? So, the willingness to try another way. Now, we have free will, right? And God doesn't make us choose. You can choose love or fear. You can live out of love or fear, but God is love, and love is the only way to create. Manifesting happens whether we like it or not, meaning that we can create more of what we don't want or more of what we do. And by willing to do it another way, then that opens up those opportunities for us. Now, by being aware of the signs that, the signs that you are trying to control something, you can begin to recognize when you are, in fact, trying to control an outcome and take steps to let go of your attachment to specific outcomes. Now, remember, surrendering control and having faith in the universe can help you to create the life you truly desire with greater ease and joy. Feeling anxious and stressed, like if you notice yourself feeling anxious or stressed about a situation, it may be a sign that you're trying to control the outcome. Another one is obsessively thinking about a situation. It's if you find yourself, constantly thinking about a situation and trying to come up with ways to make it turn out the way you want, then you're trying to also control the outcome. Now, I'm going to make sure that I give you the difference between, because I always say where your focus goes, your energy grows, right? And so we want to talk about that, but trying to find a million other ways to do something is not necessarily the right way to do it. Another thing is micromanaging others. If you find yourself micromanaging others to try to force them to do things in a certain way, it may be a sign that you're trying to control a situation. Becoming upset or frustrated when things don't go as planned. If you become upset or frustrated when things don't go as planned, it may be another sign pointing to that you're attached to a specific outcome, okay? Ignoring your intuition. Ignoring your intuition or your inner guidance and trying to force a situation to turn out a certain way, you may be trying to control the outcome. I want to give you a quick example of this. It's kind of like when and I'm so guilty of this, and so are a lot of my friends, and you're dating this guy and you see these flags and you try to justify everything about the flags so that you can rationalize why your intuition is wrong, right? Another one is being closed off to feedback. So if you're closed off to feedback or input from others and you're not open to considering other perspectives, it may be a sign that you're also trying to control the situation, mostly because you are dead set on whatever this way is that you're doing it. And so you're not open to hear another way because this is the way you want to do it and this is the way it needs to come out, right? So why do we need to surrender? Well, we need to surrender because when we try to control everything in our lives, we are essentially trying to force things to happen in a way that we want them to, right? And we're not open to the possibility that there may be other ways to unfold or that there may be divine guidance at work on our behalf. Like we're blocking the magic, And so it's believed that we are co-creators with God. And this means that we are meant to work in tandem, in partnership with a higher power to create our lives and to manifest our true desires. But when we try to control everything, we're essentially saying, hey, God, I don't really trust you. I don't really have faith in the universe to guide and support me. And this can lead to being further away from love because it puts you in a state of fear and in a state of anxiety. And when you become attached to those outcomes and expectations, then you're not open for the possibility that there may be something even better, right? So when you surrender control and trust in the co-creation of God, then you allow yourself to be guided by a higher power, right? He knows more than we do, right? The universe knows what's happening. It's all natural. It's all been planned out for us, right? Desire and destiny is a thing. And we're open to new opportunities and experiences, and we're able to find joy and fulfillment in unexpected places. So that brings you closer to love because it helps you to connect with your true self and the divinity within yourself. Now, by letting go of the need of control to control everything, as well as trusting in the co-creation of God, you can find peace, you can find joy and fulfillment in your life right now, right where you are before you ever get to the end goal, right? Now, when you're able to connect with the divine within you and align yourself with your true purpose and path, this opens up opportunities, and magic. I mean, honestly, the gratitude is so great that you'll find yourself saying, whoa, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for this, and it starts to just flow out of you and you can't even stop it because everything kind of seems to be going your way. So we need to be surrendering so that we are not blocking the divine connection, so that you are led closer to love and not further away, to stay in a space of happiness, in the vortex of high energy, high vibes, and abundance, and overwhelming into other areas in your life. Again, what you put out is what you will bring to you. So it's important that we stay in that awesome space of high vibes and abundance. Okay. So, how do we actually surrender? How do we play the game? Well, you need to have an acute active awareness of your thoughts, meaning you need to be super alert of what you're thinking, when it's negative, when you can reframe it, and when you can bring yourself back to a place of happiness. Okay. Mindfulness and meditation helps you. Mindfulness allows you to be aware, right? Meditation keeps you at a state of calm stability, mental stability. It helps you be in the present and stop trying to jump to the future or be stuck in the past. A stream of consciousness journaling. I do this whenever I'm resistant to something and I can't figure out why. We don't always know why, we just can feel it. And so a stream of consciousness journaling is where you set your timer for, say, 15 minutes and you just write what you feel, and it will reveal itself to you. Another is an affirmation prayer in order to surrender. Okay. So I recommend you letting go of control and recognizing when you're trying to control. And these activities can be helpful in cultivating a more mindful and accepting attitude toward yourself and the world around you, and reduce your need to control every situation. Right? So, mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. So, you have the thought, you let the thought pass, and then you don't judge yourself for having the thought. Okay? Your thought is valid. And by becoming more aware of your thoughts and emotions, you can start to recognize when you're feeling anxious or trying to control a situation. You can then use mindfulness techniques to help you let go of those thoughts and feelings and become more open to the present moment. Journaling, writing down your thoughts and feelings, can be a great way to gain clarity and perspective. Like I said, you just start writing and it will start to reveal itself to you. You'll notice yourself trying to control a situation, and you'll take a few minutes to journal about what's going on and how you're feeling. It'll help you identify any underlying fears and anxieties that may be driving your need to control, and help you develop a more compassionate and accepting attitude toward yourself. Now, meditation is a great way to quiet your mind and connect with your inner self. I don't know about you, but my mind is always racing, and it takes an effort for me to quiet myself and just be still. Most of us overachieving, ambitious goal leaders are that way. And so by practicing meditation regularly, you can develop greater awareness of your thoughts and your emotions and learn to observe them without judgment. This helps you become more accepting of yourself and reduce your need to control. Are we seeing the pattern here? Finally, surrendering is about letting go of your attachment to the particular outcome and trusting in the universe to guide you. When you notice yourself trying to control a situation, take a few deep breaths and repeat a mantra such as let go and let God, or God, I surrender. These can help you shift your focus away from the need to control and toward a more trusting and accepting attitude. Now, with this lesson, there are activities for each of these different ways in order to surrender. So I encourage you to look at the tutorials for these activities and follow through with these activities, and then come into the Facebook group and share your experience and what you've learned or what you need clarity on. Please ask questions. I want to help you get further clarity on this, okay? Now let's do a recap. So now that we can pinpoint your underlying urge to control the outcome, you can see why the surrender is super imperative to manifesting your desires. The more you resist, the more you will get what you are resisting. Continue to work the resistance as you feel it come up to understand the underlying cause. If you have questions, post them in the group with hashtag surrender, and we will get back to you within 24 hours. It will be myself. You can tag me. And then as I get more moderators for the membership area, I will have those names listed so you can tag them as well. I can't wait to see you all for the next lesson, because we're going to be talking about absolving attachments to the outcome, how to get rid of the actual attachments. So go ahead, dig into the activities, and then I'll meet you over in the next video for lesson 2. All the love and light.